good ass fucking smoothie. But look, man, let me go ahead and talk about it, right? Let's go ahead and get into it. See, one thing as a man, right? You gotta protect yourself. Men, we gotta protect ourselves because clearly, if we don't protect ourselves, nobody else will. For the simple fact is, bro, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot have sex while a woman with a woman while she's drunk. That is a no-go. A no-go. You cannot. I cannot co-sign that. Because you got to understand this, right? And certain females will have no problem because you got to understand. Things happen. The problem is we only paint the story as he was drinking water, she was drinking vodka. He was drinking apple juice, she was drinking Hennessy. We will paint the story as that was that man's intention to do that. Do you have sick men that be on that type of shit? Yes. But that is not all men. The problem is men get held to a standard of Ted Bundy. And then women get held to a standard of the best woman ever. We get held to the standard of the worst man ever. Not all men are sick like that. And to you women who think all men are sick like that, I hope when you guys have sons, or if you already have a son, I hope you look at him the same way. Because one day he will become a man. Oh, but let me guess. You view every man like that, just not your brother or your son. Right, okay. Okay. And this is why I say you must protect yourself as a man. It's no way you having sex with a female while she's drunk. That is a no-go. A no-go. The moment you put yourself in that position, now you're basically telling yourself you willing to accept all problems that come behind that. That is not something you want to be labeled. You do not want to be labeled with that because the moment you go to, I'm telling you, if you have sex with a woman while she's drunk and she claims she don't remember nothing, bro, you gonna be labeled as the R word for sure. And we know for a fact that it's not always like that. Trust me, I have been to so many parties and clubs, it is not like that at all. It has been so many times I have seen drunk women grabbing all on men. And the problem is, you men gotta stop looking at that and stop thinking that's a sign or that's the consent. No. Bro, it's so crazy because even if a female grab on your dick, you cannot you cannot cave in. No. Hell no. And I'm gonna be real, right? It's no way. If you're a man, bro, it's no way that you drinking with a woman on the first date. It's no way because you got to understand. You don't know what can how much alcohol that can get this woman drunk. You don't know. You don't know how heavy this woman be drinking. And trust me, a lot of females nowadays, they drink like a motherfucker. And you cannot tell a female, you know what, if you don't see yourself dealing with this man, maybe you shouldn't drink. You can't tell a female that. Oh, no. You cannot tell a female, watch the way you drink. You cannot tell a female, maybe if this is your first time meeting up with this man, maybe you should just not drink at all just to see how the vibe go. You feel me? We can't tell a female that. So because in this world, right? In this world, we expect men to be responsible for him and her. We don't expect women to be responsible for themselves. We expect a man to be responsible for her. Right? If a female go to your crib, if you go to a female crib and you guys plan on having sex, have sex in the morning. When she's back sober again. Because the problem is, see, what females love to do is, right, and certain men love to do is, right, if a man says, you know what, I went back to, we was going back to her crib, and I had a feeling we was going to have sex, they'd make it seem like, oh, you intended to do that. No. Come on now, bro. We all know if you go back to a female crib after y'all just had a good time, of course that's going to be on your mind. That be on female minds. The problem is females would just lie about it. That's the problem. They're going to lie about it. And if you on a date with a female, she's drinking too much, you shouldn't, bro. That should be the last day you on a date with her. No, that is a no-go. You cannot have sex with a woman while she's drunk. That is out, bro. Because you got to understand, you put yourself in a fucked up position because you're going to be guilty either way it go. No matter if you guys, no matter if one thing led to another, it's a no-go. Because a female is going to look at it as, you saw that I was drunk. But a female's never going to look at it as, you know what, he was drunk too. They're never going to look at it as, I was touching on him too. And I'm not speaking up for all men. I'm only speaking up for men like me, men who are not sick. Because trust me, all men are not sick. And if something happened to you while you was a child or something like that, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we are all not like that. And that's facts. We are all not like that. And that's the problem, because certain things will happen to people, which I understand. I can understand. But at the end of the day, I'm not like that. Just because something happened to you and that man chose to do that doesn't mean I'm sick like that. Because if you're going to look at every man like that, look at your brother like that then. Look at your son like that then. You won't though. You're just going to look at every other man like that. Don't look at me like that, because and that's the thing, bro. And this is why I say it's sometimes it can become an uncomfortable conversation, because certain women will be down with it. With her, it's not just about being down with it. It's just she knows what she's doing. And if you're going to drink a lot, you need to control your drinking. You need to also, bro, I'm telling you, bro, the thing about it is, and that it kind of frustrates me. It really kind of frustrates me, because like I said, it is certain men that is like that, yes, but not all men are like that. The problem is we're held to the worst type of man. We're held to that type of standard. So this is why you cannot have sex with a woman while she's drunk, because you will be guilty either way it go. It is whether you you can slice it, dice it, it don't matter. You can give them an explanation that makes sense, all that. You will be guilty. If she says she don't remember, you're guilty. Even if you don't, bro, you can be drunk than a motherfucker too. Even if you don't remember, you're guilty. Simple as that. You're guilty. So do not buy women shots. Do not buy women drinks. None of that shit, bro. If this is not your actual girl, it is no way that you guys are drinking together and you taking her back to the crib. Because the moment you put yourself in that position, now you basically telling yourself and the world that you're ready to accept every problem that comes behind that. And don't no man want to. Let me change that. Most men don't want to be labeled as a rapist. I can't say all men, because you do got men who are sick than a motherfucker. But most men do not want to be labeled as a rapist. So the moment you decide to do that, I can't co-sign it. But I can for sure understand. Because, trust me, things happen. The problem is, the world makes it seem like they don't understand. The world makes it seem like, you know what, no, you weren't drinking, she was the only one drinking. You knew exactly what you were doing. You, come on now, bro. They're going to make it seem like it was your intentions, all that. You planned this from day one. Come on. And that, bro, and it's funny, but it's sad at the same time. Because you got men who are in prison right now who did commit rape, yes. But you also got men who are in prison for rape who didn't do it. You got women right now that's sleeping like a baby knowing she lied. But you know what? We won't hold her to a standard. We'll just still blame him. Right. Okay. And a lot of you females who got that, if she said it, he did it. Okay. So when a female accuses your son or your brother or your cousin or your dad of doing something, remember, if he said it, if she said it, he did it. Right? Okay.